If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, check the referral link in the description down below. It'll take you to G2A, and you can use the code CHES at checkout for an extra discount. Also, to play FIFA and other games for real money, check the link in the description to gamersaloon.com, sign up for free over there, and go and win yourself some cash. Hey guys, how's it going? Cheers back again and welcome to episode number 41 of the Chelsea career mode here on FIFA 16. We start with a very important game actually in the Champions League, away from home against Monaco. Now they rather surprisingly beat us in the last game that we played against them in the Champions League, after obviously we beat them in the European Super Cup final last season. So, and with them top of the group and ourselves third, we could really do with a result here. We got a very necessary victory against Borussia Dortmund in the last episode, and that was huge considering the fact that Monaco are still going very strong in this group stage, and a draw would be enough to keep us in the running to go through to the next round, but a win would be absolutely perfect. So we will try and get 3 points if we can. But it was actually Monaco that started off on the offensive here. João Moutinho, as you can see, into Radamel Falcao. He's going to try and get the turn on the defender, gets just the better of John Stones, who falls over. Matic for some reason collapses there as well. Luckily Gary Cahill's there at the back post to nod that out, but I've no idea what happened to two of my defenders there. Just completely fell over as if Falcao was they had an allergic reaction to Radamel Falcao or something. But Cuadrado's in behind, and he hits the base of the post up the other end after 16 minutes. Very close to a goal at both ends so far. They're going to get a little bit lax in possession though. Really dodgy first touch from their midfielder. Lets Matic through. Was meant for Nathan, but Costa ran after it, who was offside. Nathan though is the man that runs onto it. You could see in the background the linesman had his flag up because Costa ran onto the ball and he was offside when the ball was played. But I tried my best to switch to Nathan. It always seems to default to pass to the offside man for some reason. I've no idea why, but Cuadrado goes on a really nice run here. Unfortunately, he can't finish it. Was a very nice run in from that right-hand side. And he's done that a couple of times, actually. I'm weirdly really enjoying playing with Cuadrado on that right-hand side. We tried to move him on in the summer and nobody came in for him. We tried to use him as make weight in a couple of deals as well. And again, nobody seemed that keen, but he's going on another fantastic run here. Obviously, Gareth Bale is out with a dislocated shoulder right now, and Cuadrado takes it past about 4 or 5 defenders and then finishes as well in the 66th minute to give us a 1-0 lead away from home here at the Stade Louis that we really needed to give us the edge in this Champions League group. Kennedy came on as a substitute. As you can see, top left, it's only just happened. They played him in here, though, straight from the kickoff, and Kennedy's been very unlucky there not to get himself a goal immediately after entering the pitch. But their clearance from Subasic was only as far as Ramirez, who knocked it down to Diego Costa. He's going to get it back to Ramirez, round the corner to another Brazilian, and Kennedy this time finishes it on his left foot into the back of the net. A 2-0 lead in the 72nd minute and a 2-0 victory at the end of the game. We needed that win. That was very important for our Champions League campaign. We'll see the Champions League group as it stands with one game to go at the end of the episode. But we come back to Barclays Premier League action now, and well, if one game was important, this one is just as important. Against Manchester City at home in the BPL, we are still 5 points off top, although Everton do, no, actually I think it was just Arsenal who played a game extra, and they're level now at the top with Everton on 28, and we obviously have to play our 14th game now along with Everton and obviously Manchester City sat just behind us. Arsenal must have played on the Friday night or something, not really too sure why they played, or maybe it was just the early kickoff and that counted for the league table as we came into this at 3 PM, I'm not sure. But they're playing, obviously, as you might expect, an extremely strong side. Mendy's in there, Yaya Toure and Kevin De Bruyne in the midfield of their 4-4-2 formation with Boney and Aguero up top. I personally would play a 4-2-3-1 at City, but they seem very hell-bent on a 4-4-2 in FIFA, and Pellegrini likes a 4-4-2 in real life as well sometimes. But Kevin De Bruyne had the first chance there, as you saw, left-footed volley, but he kind of pulled it straight to a defender, which was nice for me because he's in fantastic form in real life, and he's incredible on the game as well. Such a good player this year. I've used him a few times on Foot Draft, but Yaya Toure, his midfield teammate, has played through the middle here, completely through, and what a save by Courtois, and even better the block by Guy before we clear it away there. Really lucky not to be 1-0 down here so far. Ep41 gets the throw in though to Paul Pogba. He's going to lay it inside to Nemanja Matic. If I'd have been able to have a first time shot there, I would have, but Costa is the man that has the shot in the end, but it's well blocked by the defender. Loops up over the top of the bar, but we are going to have a corner in the last minute of the first half to try and give ourselves the lead before the break if we can. Hazard to take it. It's headed towards the middle. Was actually Raphael Varane, a CPU-controlled Raphael Varane that had that header. I was in control of Zuma. We saw in yesterday's episode that that Diego Costa, whilst being controlled by the CPU as I controlled someone else, scored a header to give us a goal and a 1-0 lead, and it almost happened again there. Unfortunately, Varane wasn't able to give us the lead that we needed, and neither was Diego Costa at this particular moment either. Joe Hart with a save to push it down onto the post. Now, we hit the post against Monaco. We were able to eventually make the breakthrough. I was hoping that we could do the same here again. Diego Costa's been in wonderful form this year, but Joe Hart seemingly determined to keep his clean sheet. Just 10 minutes left to go as we push forward for another effort in this second half. Cesc Fabregas is eventually going to find a teammate. Nemanja Matic is the man. Into Pogba, who's going to show great feet to turn back inside Zabaleta here and then turn inside the next defender as well before his shot, unfortunately, is straight down the throat of Joe Hart, and it's a comfortable save for him. So it is only a 0-0 draw, sadly, against Manchester City, but at least we didn't lose. That's the most important thing, I suppose. But a clean sheet's nice, but it really would have been beneficial to us to have gotten 3 points there. We definitely have the chances to be able to do so, but at the same time, City, especially with that double effort where Courtois made the save and Guy made the block, that was vital to us getting all 3 points in that one. And Everton only drew as well, so we still remain only 5 points off the top of the table. Alexander Pato up top for Stoke City here in a 4-4-2. They're playing Pasalic. Obviously, he's on loan from us at Stoke, and Stevie Sidwell sits alongside him in the CDM role. Obviously, a former Chelsea player, although didn't necessarily hit the ground running at Chelsea. Was incredible for Reading. Then we brought him, and just didn't really do what was hoping, or what was hoped of him at Chelsea, so he moved on to pastures new and now finds himself in the starting lineup here against us at Stoke. But after just 3 minutes, we're going to have the first chance of the game. Hazard down the left-hand side. Saw what Juan Cuadrado did against Monaco. Wanted a taste of it himself. Dancing past a couple of defenders, but sadly the shot was well blocked by Ryan Shawcross. Now, obviously, in real life, Chelsea have just played Stoke twice, once in the league and once in the cup. Neither of the results really going the way that we wanted them to. So I was hoping for a little bit of payback from real life here in the game, but Fabregas comes so close from that corner to whipping that in the far top corner. You can see his reaction. He's gutted that that didn't fly into the top corner. But Alexander Pato down the left-hand side always seems to make a move on a free transfer in career mode. He's gone to, was it Hannover 96 or Hoffenheim? Actually, maybe Hoffenheim in the Wolfsburg series. I can't quite remember. He's gone to someone else in the BPL in the My Player series, and he's obviously now at Stoke here in the Chelsea series as well. So clearly Pato likes moving on from Corinthians, and he's been involved here for Stoke, having a part to play in their first chance of the game. But Hazard plays it into Pogba, who gets it to Costa. Similar angle from the shot that Joe Hart hit the ball into the post from in the Manchester City game, but Costa this time makes no mistakes. Took it early as well, just turned, and with the chance against City, he turned, took another touch and then hit it, which let Joe Hart set his feet. This time, he turned, hit it very early and with a lot of power into that far top corner. We have a 1-0 lead. We nick the ball off them there in possession as well. Costa's set clean through, and it's a very comfortable finish for him. Glenn Johnson had committed to the attack for Stoke and was caught so far out of position, which is pretty Glenn Johnson-esque, to be completely honest, and that was why Diego had so much space there to go and get us a second goal. So we made a couple of changes in the second half. Nathan coming on, and yes, that man Gareth Bale is back from injury. But for how long? We'll find out. Hopefully a little bit longer than he was last time. Obviously came back from a pulled hamstring and dislocated his shoulder, but now he's back in the first team and involved immediately after coming off the pitch. Nice little bit of footwork and pace to get past Glenn Johnson. Not having the best of games, it has to be said. Turns Glenn Johnson again, drives inside, beats Jeff Cameron and fires it into the back of the net with his right foot. Gareth Bale is back with a bang. A wonderful goal. He too, clearly paying attention to what Juan Cuadrado did in the Champions League. Everybody seemingly wanted to go on nice little jinky runs like that right now. Pogba is going to receive this one from the man in the middle. Goes to try and get it into the bottom corner. It's deflected and it almost whipped into that far post, but unfortunately for us was deflected wide for a corner. But Bale himself is going to take it. You see Nemanja Matic there on the edge of the box. It didn't quite work with Cesc Fabregas in the first half. This time it does work, an absolute treat. 4-0 the scoreline. Captain fantastic Nemanja Matic fires it into the back of the net to give us a convincing victory here against Stoke. That doesn't necessarily make up for the defeats in real life, but it will do for now. But that is the state of the Champions League group right now, with one game to go. And we have Anderlecht. So Dortmund and Monaco play each other. If they draw, we'll go through regardless of result against Anderlecht. If Monaco win, we need a win to go through, I think, because of the head-to-head against Dortmund. I'm not entirely too sure, so we should just go out, or go all out for the win against Anderlecht, and then it won't matter because we'll definitely be through to the knockout stages. And obviously, we won the Champions League last year, as we've mentioned numerous times already this season. So we want to make sure that we can try and retain that crown if possible. And we are now only 4 points away from the top of the table, but Everton have to play their game yet for match day 14, so it could again become 5 points if they win that. But that's going to bring today's episode to a close, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, of course, and subscribe if you haven't already. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days, whether it be this series, the My Player series, or the Wolfsburg Career Mode series, with which we had some January transfer targets last night, so check that as well. Definitely very important that you do so. But for now, you see all my social media links on screen and link to the No Identity clothing store. All links to those are in the description down below. But for now, I'll see you next time.